There is one lesson I've learned after working with over 600 CEOs, over 25 years in business. There is one lesson that I've learned that is true in business, it's true in friendship, and it is absolutely true in romantic relationships. And that lesson is there is no such thing as a good deal with a bad person, and there is no such thing as a bad deal with a good person. Now, we got to define our terms. What makes a person good or bad? That's a bit of a religious question. It's above my pay grade. But let's think about what makes a person good or bad for me. That's a better way of looking at it. And like most things in life, you don't want to look out the window and say, this is what's wrong with the world. This is what people need to do. This is why the world is falling apart. Don't look out the window. Start by looking in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I okay with? What behavior will I tolerate? What are my values? What are the type of people I want to be around? And in our company, we think about this before we take on a new client. Hey, if this person is super, super successful as a result of working with us, what kind of impact will that have on the world? What kind of impact will that have in legacy? So obviously, there's certain industries we don't want to be involved in because that's not the way we want to see the world function. And that is not saying that person is wrong or bad or evil. They're just not great for us. That's not the fuel that we run on. Because when you get successful, when someone gets a lot of money, it doesn't change who you are. Getting a lot of money exposes who you are. In fact, failure and success both expose who you are. So if you were a generous person when you had $10 in your bank account, you'll be a generous person when you have $10 million in your bank account. If you were mean when you had no money, you're going to be even worse when you have a lot of money. You're going to get exposed. So the bad deal with the right person is a situation where we can just recalibrate, work on something else. But this is a person with which we have natural synergy and we can create a bigger impact on the world. So be aware of this. And remember, it always starts with you understanding who you are, what you will tolerate, and what you will stand for. Because I'm going to drop one on you, okay? We deserve what we tolerate. So if you're in a situation where you feel like someone is doing you wrong and not giving you the respect you deserve, then leave, all right? We've recently had to leave a lot of money on the table to say goodbye to a client. But even though it hurt in the short term, I know that the long-term effect is we are not calibrated correctly with them, and it's better to get out now while we can minimize the damage financially, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise than to continue. Because there is no such thing as a good deal. Okay, you get the point. Choose wisely. But tell me what you think. Have you been involved in a situation where you knew that there was a misalignment with the person, but the deal seemed too good to be true, and you came to regret it? Or are you one of those people where you're like, money, 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 and I will make money regardless of who I work with, even though it might have a counter positive effect on the way in which I want to see the world? Tell me what you think.